First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rukal Kadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who have taught me this truth. And shout to Yakim that's out there in four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. As we know, we are in the end times, where Esau's coming to the end of his world. So we know that what he's going to do before he comes to his end is he's going to, of course, crash the economy. So it begins. Trade war begins. China retaliates with 25% tariffs on $34 billion worth of U.S. imports. So you can see Donald Trump right there. And this, of course, is Moab. And so the wars have already begun, the trade wars. Just hours after the United States introduced 25% trade tariffs on $34 billion worth of Moabite goods, aka Chinese, Beijing has retaliated with mere measures against the American imports. After the United States introduced the new tariffs, China's reciprocal measures also immediately took effect, said the spokesman for the Chinese Foreign Ministry, Lu Kang. He did not specify the amount of types of the U.S. goods that will be taxed by China. China's Commerce Ministry earlier said that the country had no choice but to fight back after the United States launched the largest trade war its economy in the economic history. Beijing also accused Washington of breaching trade rules of the World Trade Organization. Well, you know, these Rothschild Rockefellers are coming to their end anyways. And, well, if you hadn't been watching Brother Malcolm's videos, a.k.a. GMS Maccabean Spirit, I believe that's it. Either way, he done a whole video on what's going on. Our northern kingdom is rebelling against Esau, the so-called white man, and they are starting to, you fucking piece of shit! I hate these goddamn pop-ups. And Esau does this every time I try to do something here. You know, pretty much, they're taking a parable against them. You know, the truckers, they just stopped in Brazil. They refused to drive and pay those goddamn $7 to $8 a fucking gallon. You know, motherfuckers, you know, keep raising their fucking prices, and the people are sick of it. So the Northern Kingdom is rising up against Esau, Edom. And he's got nowhere to run to. He's going to be surrounded near the Panama Canal. It's a beautiful thing to see. And so are the rest of the world. Taking a parable against Mount Seir. More to it, these tariffs violate the World Trade Organizations and represent a typical trade bully, posing a grave threat to the security of global industry and value chains. Moreover, it would be harder global economic recovery and trigger global turmoil while dealing a blow to many multinations, enterprise, and ordinary consumers, said the ministry on Friday. So, you know, pretty much, you know, and they're doing this on purpose because they, of course, want everybody on them chips. Because Esau's coming to his end. And the high elite of Esau, that's Rockefeller Rothschild, the Amalekites, that call themselves Jews. Here's another article from RT. U.S. started biggest trade war in history, China forced to retaliate. Beijing. On July 6th, the United States began to impose 25% tariffs on $34 billion worth of Chinese imports. The U.S. has breached World Trade Organization rules. This almost says the same thing. But pretty much here's what it says. The Trump administration's new 25% duties applied to 818 imports worth $34 billion. They are the first stage, and levies threatened by the United States on a total of $450 billion on Chinese goods, you know, and they're the motherfuckers that make plastic rice. So, you know, I hate Esau, Edom, but I really don't like Moab either. You know, you know, they're real pieces of shit, both of them. And in the meantime, over the weekend, actually last week, you had another false flag going off in England. UK counterterrorism police looking into unknown substance incident near Salisbury. You know, and we know that, you know, the news is bullshit. You know, they want us to believe their lies, so they put up a lot of fake news. A British counterterrorism unit has joined into the probe after a man and woman were apparently exposed to an unknown substance near Salisbury, according to the Pigs. Given the recent events in Salisbury, officers from the counterterrorism network are working jointly with colleagues with Wiltshire Police regarding the incident in Amesbury. British counterterrorism police said in a statement on Wednesday. And you know these things are fucking fake as fuck. You know, that pretty much is part of the Strong Cities Network, part of the global agenda. You know, none of this shit's real, just like the London City bombing, all that was staged. These are staged events. In the meantime, you know, people are getting that Mark of the Beast, RFID implant, so of course they're going to be promoted like this is the newest shit to get that you want that implant in you. And our people are stupid enough to take it. That is, those that follow ISUPK or IUIC, you know, which are calling on the wrong names, by the way. You know, well, ISUPK at least calls on the right name, I think they do, but fucking IUIC still calling them Jesus Christ when that's not even a real name. You know, it's a fictional name, you know, because it's really the worship of Caesar Borgia. So you see, you know, it's going to take a microchip, or she is, in her right hand, you know. And eventually this will be mandatory. You know it's already mandatory in them fucking Walmart centers where they're detaining our people, you know. And they'll take it, you know, because they want to be a citizen of this fucked up place.
There's a retaining clip on that? Maybe not. No. Okay.
No, there is. I'm glad you said so, because I would have jacked it in.
Okay. Now, I'm going to exhale heavily when you do this, so don't jump, okay?
Well, don't move.
Well, I'm going to exhale heavily when you do this.
Fucking wickedness, you know, but that's an Edomite anyways. They have no hope as it is anyways.
Pull it back a little bit. And it's out.
Jesus Christ, that was nothing.
Okay.
That was nothing.
On you, bud.
That was nothing, dude.
I heard more cartilage snap when my daughter had her nose done. So.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
This is your overpriced Band-Aid. Okay.
All right, so there, you know, if you go to vertical mode, I'm going to punch you in the face. All right, you can stop that.
So either way, though, there's that Edomite. You know, all happy to take that fucking microchip. And I'm sure you've already heard about this shit and probably tired of it, but, you know, this is a distraction, but, you know, pretty much these people claim to, you know, I believe that this is you know, just another distraction, you know, to keep us away from the bigger picture, because they're planning another false flag against Syria, and Russia's already called that out, so they got to have other stories like this one.
Has been coming into us within the last few minutes. It has been reported from Thailand that rescue divers there have now located the 12 boys.
I'm going to take my face off the screen and see if this will work better. I have an older computer and it seems to be garbage.
There have been coming into us. Contact with the boys who are aged between 11 and 16 since they went missing with their coach 9 days ago. That's a picture of the boys with their coach. A huge rescue effort has been launched by the Thai authorities. It has been hampered by heavy rains that had flooded the Tham Luang cave in the north of the country. Now, the local governor there has said in the last few minutes that the boys have been found safe, which is extraordinary development, really. There had been growing efforts to try to find them, huge resources brought in by the Thai authorities and the Thai...
So either way, though, mysterious disappearings, pretty much all a distraction to keep away from the bigger picture, such as these trade wars, So, meanwhile, Dabu 7 has pulled up other information while dealing with the subject of earthquakes in diverse places. So let's go ahead and get into this one.
This is Dabu 7 with an earthquake update. As you can see here on the global incident map, here within the past hour we have had several earthquakes striking in terms of the United States.
Oh, motherfucker,
Hawaii
hold on a
continues
second.
to get rocked with the as you can see here on the global. This is Dabu 7 with an earthquake storm that has been hitting that area for some time, and the
goddamn piece of shit
here within the past 24 hours, and it caused a 5.2 earthquake in the area that has fell off the map because there's so many in this swarm. But as you can see since then, a 6-pointer striking here in the past 42 minutes on the coast of Mexico. Here in the past 37 minutes, a magnitude 3 striking in Utah. This is in the Four Corners region, here just south of the area that we were just hiking, that I just posted videos on. This is not too deep in terms of the depth, but here in Nebraska, we have an even bigger one, a 4.2, striking 18 minutes ago, just hiking, that I just posted videos on. And if we take a look here, we can see that the depth was 12.7 kilometers deep.
I do apologize, Up, for the quality of this.
This one
Again,
off the coast of Mexico,
Esau fucks
fairly
with all
shallow
this shit.
as well. But a series of earthquakes here within the past hour, from Hawaii all the way up into Nebraska. See Southern California here on that line, going from Hawaii up into Nebraska. But I will continue to update if we see any more quake activity. But whenever we see a 4-pointer in Nebraska, it's kind of like, okay, that's not normal. Like I said, I'll continue to update if we see any other activity. It's been Dabu 7. Peace.
So anyhow, that's what's going on there, and I'll break off from here, and hopefully the next video I do won't be as choppy, that Esau loves to fuck with the recordings, especially if you're putting out the truth. So for that, I'll say shalom and barakatah to all of you.